Welcome back. So this is the second episode in my project of rebuilding these tower speakers. If you have not watched the first episode, make sure you watch that before you watch this, or else this may not make a lot of sense. In this episode, my hope is that we remove that rear firing. These are set up to be a dipole speaker, which we are not going to use for a hi-fi setup. So we're going to be removing that back upper section of the cabinet, and I think that gives us an opportunity to change the overall shape of it. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do a real narrow section up at the front for the mid-range and the tweeter, which I think will definitely get us away from that big black box look that they currently have. Also have some plans to make new feet for the bottom that supports the cabinet, but also is an isolation pad, so it will decouple it from the floor, which for sound is always a good thing, and to cut down on some resonance. And then the only other thing I'd love to try to do is to put a slotted port in on the 10-inch sub cabinet at the bottom. And the reason for that is that cabinet I have it tuned too high. It's tuned around 40 hertz, and I want to drop it down around 30 hertz for the purposes that I'm going to be using it for music, true hi-fi listening. So I think that's about it, and like anything else, we'll see how this goes. It's a kind of trial by error type of thing, right? But let's, without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah, so I think that's pretty nice. Just got a little raised edge, basically a raised front panel, which I think will look really nice if I decide to go with the natural wood finish, the darker stain on this, and then do the rest of the cabinet painted. Gives me a nice transition line between the two, and I think it'll really help this kind of pop. But definitely going to be that's definitely a nice touch for these guys. I think that'll work. So next thing we need to decide is what we're going to do, because we've got these guys, oops, I forgot to router the back. We've got these guys in the back. I don't want to put a panel over this, that'll look cheesy, so we got to do something to make this disappear. So internally, that is the shape of the area. Basically what you see here is the area that I can remove from the speaker without any problem. Obviously the top section is just the mid-range and the tweeter. This is already a sealed cabinet with a wall right there internally for the mid-bass drivers, and then we have another wall down the bottom there that blocks off the subwoofer cavity. So I could literally cut it like this and make like a city skyscraper type of look to it, but I don't know, it would be contemporary for sure, but I don't know that would look good. So my other thought was just to kind of come at maybe a 45 or a 60 degree angle and just knock off that top corner. I think that would give it kind of a cool, I don't know is that not a hexagon? What's the shape? I don't know what the shape is, but it would give it that shape, and that's kind of contemporary and modern, and I think it could pull that look off pretty well. So I'm going to debate a little bit mentally here and go back and forth and come to some sort of decision as to what we're going to do, and then we're going to do that. Okay, so we got the rough stuff taken care of. That's really what I wanted to get accomplished for this video anyway. So we got the overall shape that we're going for here. Obviously a ton of finish work to be done, holes to be filled, a lot of finished sanding on the cabinet sides themselves, but we are moving right along. So the next video, the next episode, is going to be looking at the finish work on these cabinets, as well as those isolation bases that I'm going to be making. So that should be a pretty cool one, and then the one after that will be even better because we're going to have the drivers installed and we should have things up and running and ready to rock and roll. So as always, appreciate everybody watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It means the world to me, and it'll allow you to be notified when the next episodes come out, because this is like a golden toilet in terms of good never mind. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.